Hello, in today's video we will clearly and thoroughly demonstrate the very proper way to operate the X-pipe device for beveling tubes used in manufacturing and assembly. We mainly use this device with the B15 Electra machine or with the B15 inoX machine, depending on the job. It is used for tube diameters from 85 millimeters upward and for a maximum wall thickness of 15 millimeters. Under standard operating conditions. The angular markings on the milling head are designed primarily for use without the X-pipe accessory. When using the X-pipe product, the machine's orientation means that the milling heads are rotated by 90 degrees, and this essential fact must be taken into account at the stage of selecting the correct milling head for the operation. In other words, if you require an angle of 30 degrees, you would select a milling head with a 60-degree angle. Conversely, if you require an angle of 60 degrees, we would opt for a milling head with a 30-degree angle. When the angle is 45 degrees, the head still stays the same. First, we carefully remove the guiding plate, and in its place, we securely and precisely screw on the X-pipe fixture. We recommend keeping both threads clean at all times. We will also prevent any possible damage to them as well. By progressively turning the clamping nut, we accurately and precisely set the correct position of the milling head. The lower edge of the cutting insert must never be higher than the edge of the supporting ring at all times. We will securely fix the position using 3 screws around the perimeter of the clamping nut. On the body of the X-pipe device, one can very easily locate a few control elements. They are the clamping screws indeed. Bevel size adjustment screw, precisely fitted with a locking nut to prevent loosening. The bevel size adjustment scale for reading the bevel setting, the control handle for easy manual operation, and the stop that fixes the machining size. The components are provided for beveling a larger batch of tubes in particular. Before we fit the fixture onto the tube, we make sure the guiding rollers are opened wide enough to allow proper clearance. And with the second screw, we gently shift the milling head out of the machining space to a safe position, clearly and completely outside the work area. We shall install the X-pipe apparatus onto the machine tube in such a manner that the guiding ring, or if necessary, some of the auxiliary guiding blocks, maintain stable contact with the machined edge. We determine precise, proper clamping of the fixture on the tube by observing that the installed disc springs are completely flattened, which indicates that the clamping is correctly engaged. Let us locate a reference point, or as we often say, the 0 point. We will achieve this by turning on the machine and using the depth of cut adjustment screw, gradually advance the milling head toward the workpiece. Note, before beginning this operation, make sure that the milling cutter does not touch the machined edge. To properly set the cutting depths, please utilize the installed scales that are on the machine. For the very first cut, we would recommend selecting a maximum depth of 4 millimeters. For every subsequent cut, please limit the depth to a maximum of 2 millimeters. Make sure the adjustment for each cut is secured with a nut. Please note that depth adjustments should only be performed while the machine is running. To ensure flawless, dependable control of the equipment, use only the installed handle. With the handle, rotate the tool about the axis of the tube while applying a gentle, steady pressure toward the machine tube without jerking. Similar to before, we proceed in the other cuts as well. I'm looking forward to the next video.